and happy Monday. It is already November, and I don't know about you, but I'm so excited to gear up for the holiday season. It is my absolute favorite, and my husband is very lucky that my Christmas ornaments are already up already. So today I have a little story for you, courtesy of my very animated 3-year-old. I was making dinner the other night, and I could hear her playing with one of her brothers in the dining room, and they were chattering back and forth, and I heard her tell him, "I cute." And he laughed at her and he said, "You're not cute." But she didn't care what he thought. She said, "No, I cute." And then I heard her run away through the house. And so I kind of laughed to myself, but I was thinking about this exchange for a little while, and I kind of pondered her response and realized that she didn't care what her brother said because her brother's not the authority. You see, her father and I are the authorities, and we have told her that she's cute. So now that's what she believes about herself. So why would she believe what her brother would say when he isn't the authority? Not only that, but when he challenged what she had been told about herself by the authorities, she left the situation. She ran away through the house and she stopped playing with him. My friend Dr. Kim Moss has said that the church spent a decade teaching identity, and now it's time to go, to move. And I agree with her. But the problem is either the church didn't teach identity the way they needed to, or the people didn't listen. So we are still spending our time searching ourselves out. And the more time we spend trying to decide who we are, trying to gain the confirmation from others, the less time we have to impact the kingdom. I see way too many people seeking security and identity in people. So what is identity? Identity is the individual personality, values, and character of a person. In other words, a person's identity answers the question, who am I? In Christianity, people want to know who they are in relation to the movement of the kingdom. So when the church tells people that their identity is a person who is loved by the Lord, like I'm a person who's loved by God, for many people that isn't enough. Most Christians already know that. They know that they're loved by God. What they actually want to know about themselves is, what is my identity within the kingdom? What is my role? I struggled with my own identity for years after we closed our church. So you see, I thought I was going to be a pastor forever, and I didn't know who I was in the kingdom once I wasn't a pastor anymore. And it didn't solve my problem for well-meaning Christians to tell me, well, you're one of God's children and He loves you. Awesome. That is so amazing. I'm in awe of that truth all the time. But that doesn't tell me what God's role for me is, and that's a part of your identity. I needed to know what my role was in the kingdom. So how do you find your identity? Well, I would recommend you start by looking at the natural talents and gifts God gave you. That will give you clues to your identity in the kingdom. For me, I'm a natural teacher. I love to study and learn, so I use my spiritual gift of teaching to teach about the Bible. My role in the kingdom is that of a teacher. And don't say you don't have spiritual gifts, because we all do. It is not God honoring to deny the gifts and talents that He has so graciously given you. It's not humble to do so. People think that's walking in humility, and it's not. We need to honor and respect the things God's given us. But once you discover who you are and what your role in the kingdom is, run with it. Don't sit still. Your gifts have been given because God expects you to use them. Perhaps even more importantly, don't let others tarnish your identity. Just like my daughter, she knew that her identity as cute was given to her by her authorities, and she was not going to let someone who was not her authority take it away from her. The Lord is your authority, and if He says something about you, don't let others take that away from you. According to Ephesians 1, we have been blessed with every spiritual blessing. We've been chosen, adopted, redeemed, forgiven, grace lavished, and unconditionally loved and accepted. We are pure, we're blameless, and we're forgiven. We have received the hope of spending eternity with God, and we are righteous. We didn't have to do anything but accept Christ to be all of those things. We don't have to do anything, but out of appreciation and the desire that everyone know Christ, we allow our faith to produce works. We have a role to play in the kingdom and a God-given mission. You, believer in Christ, are all of those mentioned things, and God has a role for you. You don't need anyone else to confirm you. And when you come in contact with someone who tries to tell you differently than what the Father has told you, flee from those people. They don't have your best interests at heart. Work on being secure in yourself so you can work on advancing the kingdom. You spend so much time when you're not secure in yourself finding that you don't have time for the kingdom. So are you introverted? Are you extroverted? Can you make friends wherever you go? Can you teach anything with ears, something new? Can you preach the leaves off a tree? Has God given you dreams and visions? Do you serve others really well? Do you love to study? Are you super creative? Own the things that God has made you to be and go out and serve His kingdom with them. I'm wishing you guys all God's love and smiles today, and I want you to go out and do big things for the kingdom.